Hola amigos, what's poppin' brewski? It's me, Joe. Hey, real quick, this is the video you've all been waiting for. Yeah, man, finally I come up with the truth because I'm so sick and tired of people accusing me of this and that, and I'm like, brother, listen, let me tell you the truth. Because why should I hold back, man? I have no problem with telling everything like it is, because everyone's like, you fake, you don't tell the truth, BSing everyone, just selling bullshit. No, man. I'm probably the most honest person in the world, and I would really like to talk about everything, but it's just not possible because, let's say, in some countries stuff is illegal, like I once mentioned before. But listen, this is how I got introduced to PEDs, aka performance enhancing drugs, or steroids or anabolics or whatever you want to name them or call them. So the story is quite cool. So first up, I started training right when I was 17 or something. It's like 10 years ago. And then I was lifting and I was this hardcore natty boy, and I was working in a club as a bouncer, as a security, can you imagine me, 18 years old, working in a club as a bouncer? Anyway, so these guys, the other security guys, they were quite built and they were quite much older than me. And then one time, the other guy came and he looked at this other security and he's like, yo bro, are you juicing? Man, you look quite swole, man. How the hell is this possible that you made so quick gains? Like, from 1 week to another, he looked completely different, literally. And then he's like, oh yeah, man, I'm taking something. And then, can you imagine me, young boy, little boy standing next to them like, huh? What are they talking about, bro? What? And then I was like, oh, I'm curious, I want to see what is this stuff all about. And so these guys, they told me like, oh man, oh, you train as well? I mean, yeah, you could take something. And I'm like, no way, bro. I could take something. Hey, what should I take? Okay, then they're like, oh, yeah, you could take Dianabol. That would be good for your first time ever trying something. And I'm like, oh yeah, T-ball? That's tablets, right? Okay, tablets. And they said, yeah, we can get you some tabs. And I was like, that's much better, you don't want to inject stuff in you. You just want to take some tablets, massive gains. So the other guy, then I think 2 weeks later or so, paid $100. He brought me a dose pill box of Dianabol tablets. And stupid as I was and young as I was like, oh, how much should I take? And ask these guys for advice. Okay, anyways. And then they're like, yeah, you just take 2 tablets a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. So I did this and didn't feel anything. Like literally, this must have been fake. But so I was going back to the guy and I was like, bruh, this is shit, man. This is not good stuff. This is not working for me. I need better. So they're like, oh yeah, okay, I know exactly what you need to do. So me and my other security guy, homie, we driven to this other security's home. And then he's like, okay, man, this is the serious stuff. And I'm like, okay, what is it? And he's like, yeah, you're gonna take testosterone. And I'm like, ooh, testosterone. That sounds dangerous, bro. Anyway, so as I was young and stupid, I didn't know anything, I was just listen what they say. And as you get caught up in the moment, you're like, oh yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, sounds okay, good, let's do. Anyways, so then he gives a bottle of test and he gives a bottle of Tren. Yes, brother, Tren. Can you imagine? Man, I'm spinning around. It's just that you can see that I'm spinning so much because of the light. Anyways, okay, listen. So he gave me the bottle of test and a bottle of Tren. So he gave me test immitate. And then he gave me a bottle of Tren acetate. First of all, medical disclaimer, I don't want to recommend anything. No, this is not good. Don't try this at home. Steroids are bad. Please don't do drugs. They will, okay, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical whatever. I don't want to recommend anything. I'm just talking about a story that I was hearing. Maybe I was just hearing it. Now I would say it was my personal experience. Who knows, right? Don't try this at home, okay? Please, because this is ridiculously stupid. And I don't even want to admit that I did this, but I did. And I have no problem with telling the people the truth, bro. I can just tell it like it is. I don't want to hold back anymore. Anyways, okay? Test, Tren. And this is test immitate, this is Tren acetate. So this is a quick ester. That means like you have to inject it more often because otherwise you will go up and down. So anyways, then test E is like 5 days, blah, blah. Anyways, don't go too deep in this topic. So he says, the test E you take every second day. And also the Tren A you take every second day. So you start with this one, 0.5 cc every second day. Finish. That's good. So I was like, oh, okay, let's do this. But can you imagine, the Tren A is like instant, like within 48 hours, it has some effect because it's a fast acting ester, or I don't know how it's called. And the test is like when you first start up taking tests, and it takes like 4 to 6 weeks until your test level slowly rises up and then your body adapts, and the test immitate is just not gonna do it in the next 2 or 3 days, but the trend A is gonna do it for sure, brother. Can you imagine? So, I mean, this is the most stupid thing in my life I did, probably. Okay, so I went there and I couldn't even do this myself. Like, I mean, I'm scared of needles and like, I should inject something. Bro, are you ridiculous or what? I can't do this, man. Sorry. No, I'm out. So it's like, no. Anyways, the truth is, he just tried to sell me the stuff that he didn't need, bro. Can you imagine? So he was having the shit laying around. He wanted to get rid of it. And then he sold it to me. This is the story. Good, no? And he didn't, I mean, yeah, can you imagine? He doesn't even mind that I might suffer some serious problem, getting some serious problem rather. So, 0.5 cc, 0.5 cc. After like 3 days, I feel like, holy moly, broski, my nipples are hurting like crazy, you know, my tits. What is this shit, man? And then I do some research and I found out like, oh yeah, it's like estrogen can rise up, right? Because of test. I didn't even realize that this is because of the trend. Anyways, back in the days then I was like, oh, okay, shit, man, I need some estrogen blockers, or I need some kind of, what is it called? Like some, anyway. Then I went to my homie and I said, bro, I need something. It hurts so bad. Then he gave me some tamoxifen tablets and I took these and it didn't help. And I was like, oh man, no. Like 3 times I injected that stuff. Like 1 week, can you imagine? Every second day. Okay, in like 1 week or 6-8 days, you're done. And I was then done. And after like 3 days, I had this crazy negative side effects already going on. So I was like, holy broski, I need to stop. And back in the days, I was still like this whole hardcore nerdy guy who was like, I will never take anything. And everyone who takes everything is an asshole because they're cheating. And this is not good. And yeah, this is how you think, bro. Because everyone who's taking something doesn't need to work hard, which isn't true because they also have to work really hard. It might just enhances everything. Okay, so then I stopped like after a week, but it still didn't wear off. You know, the story is like, fuck, when I had problems with my nipples for like 8 months, like seriously, bro. And the next problem was I completely crashed my own hormones. Okay, so then I had a not too nice libido back in the days and I was not feeling too good. I still looked decent. I was getting a bit more full bloated because I don't know why, maybe my estrogen went up. So a lot of really bad things happened. And then I was really like, no, I don't want to do this, man. This is not what I want to do. But first up, this is totally stupid, man. The guy recommended me taking test E, which is a slow Easter, and the trend A together. Together, you'd never do this from the first place, you know. You never start like this from the first place, bro. No. And even if you ever wanted to do something, why not just take some tests and then see how it goes, and then do your blood work, and then you can see this, and then you need to do this properly. And I just want to make this video because I know, in fact, someone of you guys is out there in the gym showing you best made my pictures, and it's like, this is how I need to look, brother. Can you help me? And then your mate goes like, I know exactly what you need. And then he shows you all these things that you should take because you want to look like me, right? And then the truth is, 6 months later, you're having a massive gyno, you look like shit, bloated, acne like crazy. Maybe you ruin your life because of this, you're taking a lot of stuff, and then you realize, hey, I still don't look like Joe. Maybe he's taking even more. No, bro. It's just not like that, okay? But I just want to warn and stop people from doing this. Don't listen to your homie because I'm telling you exactly what I do. Should I come up with this right now? Fuck, man, this is a really hard topic. I have a really hard time just to come up with this, you know, bro. If you hate on this, I don't mind, you know, because I just want to be real. I really want to be real. I want to be as real as possible and not like everyone else, like, oh, I'm nerdy, but you're not, and it's obvious. And I have no problem with admitting to the shit that I did when I was younger, because the problem was doing another weird shit. You know, I crashed my hormones level quite some times, and the truth is then it didn't came back. I went off for 1 year straight, man, and I did another test and my levels were so low that it was like, what should you do, brother? You know? So then I wanted to make sure everything is legit because I'm in Germany, right? And stuff is illegal or not illegal, but needs a prescription. So, okay, I don't want to do this massive stuff like a lot of people do. I just wanted to make sure I feel good. You know what I mean? I had really hard time going on when you go off cycle. or just the thing that I did, your estrogen bounces up. You know, you're getting a lot of mindfuck actually going on, which can make you depressed. And then also my own test level, they didn't really come back. I didn't do any PCT. The second time when I went off and I was at the doctor, oh shit, man. We are now at the first experience, and now I said at the second time I went off. In between that, there was another story, but this is another topic, another time. Just now I wanted to make this clear that I'm not natural. Yeah, now everyone is fucking shocked. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not natty, but I'm also not juicing like crazy. Can you imagine? The only thing, because people, they look at me and they say I'm so ripped and I need to take this, I need to take that, I need to take trend, I need to take mass, I need to... No, man. I'm literally using a bit of test. And everything that I'm using, I got a prescription for, believe it or not. I went to the doctor, I made sure that I can get everything that I need, everything that is required, legitimately, that I don't get in trouble with the law, that I can travel around the world and take that stuff with me, that I have my prescriptions, that I get my blood works done, that I see all these things going on, and then you can do it, you know, and not stupidly do it. Like this other story that I'm going to tell you about my second experience with PED, which was that the guy was recommending us shitloads to take, like shitloads to take. And we were stupid. We took it without asking. Can you imagine? And then a lot of other shit happened again. And I wanna share my experience, because I know there's a lot of people out there like you, bro, they're still doing all these kind of things. And I wanna warn you, and I wanna make sure that you are not going out and ruin your health and you ruin your body and you ruin your life because you are just following some stupid advice of a guy in your gym or maybe some guy in the internet that you just found. I don't wanna give you advice. I just wanna talk about my experience and warn you. I'm telling you, don't do steroids if it's not necessary, needed. The problem is, people, they do all the time, the people, they are abusing a lot of stuff. It's not only this, but can you imagine? It is just not publicly accepted. This is why bodybuilders never came up. I mean, if you are doing some other sport and you're having a fair advantage because you're cheating with somehow, I don't know, because you're using a bigger gun or you're having a bigger cricket stick or whatever it is, then it is something like physically, and it's nothing that you're putting some crazy substances in your body that change the way you look. Actually, they mildly change the way you look, but then people, they compare me with these guys who are juicing up like crazy, and I don't want to do the competitions for a few reasons. I also will tell you about why I don't want to do the competitions, because I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this, you know, and these people who are competing at the highest level, don't get offended, not a nice life, you know. Every day having to do this, every day you can't even go this and there, you need to take your meds and this and insulin and blah, blah, blah. Stay away from me with all this. I don't judge. Do whatever you want, but just don't say I only look like this because I do all these kind of things. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm doing and what I'm really doing. And it's so little. It's so slightly, man. It's like Coach Greg sits there, it's like on TRT, and it's literally what I am. I'm on TRT, my friends. Holy fuck, man. I'm getting a high heart rate because this is a very emotional moment for me. Like I said, I didn't even think about coming up with this, but I'm just sick and tired of all these people hating you, like, you're not real, you're just lying, you wanna sell. I don't wanna sell you anything, and I'm not lying, and I don't wanna be fake. I don't wanna lie to you that I'm not taking anything. When I'm there and I'm slightly enhanced. Yes, slightly enhanced, bro, that's it. That's it. And nothing more. And then people, they don't even believe me. And this is the next problem that I have, because people, when you meet someone in the gym and you ask them, hey man, what are you taking? Most of the people, they will tell you this dosages, and it's really underdosed, you know what I mean? And the next thing was, I always was kind of scared what kind of stuff and things to buy, because it's always black market, you never know about the quality, and then you're injecting some stuff in your body where you don't even know where it comes from. Not the smartest choice. I mean, I've seen things where some guy almost got his leg amputated because he had a bad shot. So this is a really dangerous topic, and once again, don't do this, please. This is not a video where I give any advice or something. I just talk about personal experience and things that I see, things that I've heard, and things that I've talked about with other people, you know. And I just try to warn you, please, you can develop a really good physique when you are natty, and I will make this transformation video about my whole journey. I have everything where you can see me from the start, from From zero to looking good, Neddy, to starting this, getting enhanced, getting off, getting back on, getting back off, getting back on, getting back off, looking insane, and then went off for 1 year straight. And how I looked after 1 year while stopping everything, and then I went back on, and why I went back on, and all these kind of things. Yes, I will explain to you in another video, bro. But this should be it. I hope you appreciate it, like that I come up with this, and I do this for you, man. I do this for you to share my experience, to warn people that they don't are as stupid as I was, because you are young and dumb, man. It's like that. And you see some guy who looks bigger than you, and you will just believe whatever he says because you think like he can make you look like him, or he can help you to look like your idol. And then you're like, Joe, you are my idol. Can I look like you? And I'm like, maybe not exactly like that, but almost. Seriously, bro, almost. And I will show this in another video where we can see my test levels as well. And I will show my test levels from the blood work that I just did, and where you can clearly see that my test levels are slightly on the lower top of the range. That's it, on the highest end of the normal range. Nothing too fancy, no trend, no huge test dosages, no whatever, you know. I mean, I will talk about this, what I said, that this other guy was stupid, and when I first wanted to do a competition, then there was another guy who recommended us tons of roids, man, and he was always like, a lot helps a lot. When I think about it, when I see him again, I would like to say, why you did this to us? Didn't you think about that we could suffer from this and that? And the next thing is, when we had problems, this guy also wasn't helping us. Nothing, not even like helping us to find the medication to get rid of the side effects and stuff like this. You know what I mean? And this is the next thing. People having a lack of information, and this is why they this experience all these bad things, you know? Like this other guy made a video where he says steroids almost ruined my life because he had crazy acne all over his body, he had a gynecomastia, his dick doesn't work. There's a lot of bad things that can happen as well. Having a bit more muscle is not the most important thing in the world, bro. I hope you understand this. Please, if you enjoy and you want to see more about all this in detail, I have no problem in sharing it with you. But only if you can support this video as much as you can. If you can like the video, comment below, please give me feedback and share it with your friends, brother. Subscribe to the channel because I'm tired of this shit. And I will make videos about everything that I know in these things. And I don't want to expose people, but I just want to expose my story and what I am doing and why people are judging me for no reason, because they don't know the truth and they're just assuming all the time. And I'm going there now and I'm telling you, this is what I do. This is what I do all the time, drinking 1 liter of coffee. Thanks for watching, by the way. Thank you for taking this 18 minutes of time of your life to listening to this. I hope you can take something away from this video, which is, be smart. If you still want to do the things that you want to do, then just do it. I never judge someone. Everyone can do what they want. Just make sure that you do it in a smart way, that you don't, how can I say, that you don't bother other people with this stuff. And that you don't suffer and injure your body or get unhealthy and all these kind of things. Because there's a lot of shit happening in the world where you shouldn't also on top get by this stuff. It's just a sport, bro. It's bodybuilding. It's midly addicting though, because the body trend is really addicting. And this is why I make these videos, because I want you, it sounds so funny, I want you to care. And I want you to watch my stuff, not only because I look a certain way. No, because you feel like I'm a cool person maybe. You enjoy my vibe, you enjoy the energy that I'm spreading out, and you enjoy the information, and you enjoy the content in general. I don't want to educate it. I'm not telling I'm Jesus, I don't know the best. Maybe I don't know shit, man. But I can tell you about the stuff that I experienced and talk about it, and hopefully help some other people with that and save them. Adios, amigos, and chicas, of course. Stay tuned for another episode of this crazy stuff. And thanks for watching again. Like, seriously, I appreciate every single one who's still there, bro. When I meet you one day, please shake my hand, bro. Give me a hug. And you're my bro like I'm your bro, and we are bros. I mean, this sounds super stupid, but People always tell me when they meet me in real life, they're like, Joe, you're exactly like in your videos. Because I am who I am, and I'm this guy, and I will be the same person when you meet me. If you respect me, I will respect you too.